This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So where is our snowflake data source link? Here I have it, snowflake. Click on it.
So, Srinivas, just one question here.
Yeah.
So, is Snowflake a cloud database?
Yeah. Snowflake is a cloud database.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So what is the server name? So we need to give the server name here. So let's go for my snowflake account. Yeah. Here the server name is this part. This is the server part. Okay. You can take entire part from here to here. Okay. This name we need to provide to the Tableau server level. Paste it. Okay. Role optional. So authentication. Sign using authentication, username, passwords. After username and password. So which one we can go for? Username and password we have it. We can go with username and password. Okay, it will say password is optional, but anyhow you need to give it. Later it will ask us to give the password again. Okay. Right, I am going to connect to the server. Click on sign in.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So here we have that warehouse and database. So which warehouse we can select it. Generally virtual warehouse which we created it. So by default virtual warehouse from the Snowflake is compute underscore WH. This is the default warehouse which we selected. Okay. So it's even optional. You can go for select the compute underscore WH and database. Which database you want to take it from where from which table you want to take the data. That database we
BHU.
need. Yeah, BHU we are going to be selected. We want to get data from BHU. This is my database. Okay.
So, compute warehouse comes with Snowflake, Srinivas.
Yeah, complete warehouse is the default warehouse. It is comes with a Snowflake account.
Okay.
We can create separate warehouse also as per our.
Yeah, yeah, we can create a separate warehouse also.
Okay.
Okay, those part I will show you today how we can connect to the Snowflake and how we can go for create warehouse, how we can create a database, and how we can create the tables. Okay, this part and that thing I will cover today. Yeah, select schema where we have the data. BK, I have one
BK.
schema in the queue.
BK.
Yes. So generally, if you want to bring the table, that's you can drag and drop it into canvas. So here, let it be wait for some time. So we can get the directly table information here. After now, we can get the data. So the data we can be appear what kind of data we have in the table. So this is directly dragging the table. So now I don't want to go for drag table. I want to write a custom SQL. Okay, remove it. So go for new custom SQL, drag it. Okay, here you can see that insert parameter. Insert parameter. So where we can write it that insert parameter condition is select. Okay, star from EMP where DEPT number. So DEPT number, I want to dynamically pass it. Okay, I don't want to go for mention it here single value. DEPT number, if I give the 20, what happened? I can see the only 20 department records in my visualization. All right, we can get only 20 department records can be loaded into the visualization. Right.
Okay.
So no, I don't want to go with a custom value here. I want to pass whatever the value I want to take. Okay. So how can it is possible is you can go for create parameter, create new parameter. Okay, already parameter is created. We can call it is here. Otherwise, we can create a parameter DEPT number. Okay. So number should be integer value. So I can give the integer value. All values which you want to go for it. Okay. So that it's not a range. Maybe 10 to 50 is there, but leave it all values. Okay. Click OK. Okay. Preview results. Can we go for see the preview results? The error will be communicating with a snowflake invalid table name value. SQL compile EMP does not exist or not authorized. Compile error does not exist, not authorized. Why it's not authorized? We are getting it. Let's see that. Okay, click OK. Then error communicating with a snowflake. Invalid table name value not authorized.
Srina's
Okay.
error. I think we need to give BHU dot before DAPT.
Let's see that bhu dot bk
BK
dot.
BK dot.
Actually, this we selected, right? So we are working. Let's see that bhu dot bk dot department number dpt.
So one more thing, this EMP table is there. That is that case sensitive?
It's not a case sensitive. Yeah, let us try this.
Actually, Srinivas, I may be wrong, but can't you give the EMP table also as BHU dot BK dot EMP?
Yeah.
EMP table. EMP. No need for column, I hope, but for the table,
Yeah.
can give.
By mistake, I given that column name. Correct. Okay. Clear this. We are executing that and go for sheet level. New sheet. So here the parameter is here. Show parameter control. Okay, and you can select it employee name, salary. So we are not getting anything here because the department number 1 is there. We don't have a department number 1. 10, enter. So give the number 10 and enter it. So can we getting the records? You are getting records, right? So 20, give it 20. These are the employees are there in that particular department and their salaries and hire date also I want to get it. Their hire dates. 30. These are the employees belongs to department number 30. So when you drag it, it's showing like a measure, make it discrete. Can you see it? We can have the e-name, the year of hire date, department number. Okay. Clear how we can create a parameter at data source level? It's like in the custom SQL. We can write a parameters. We can create parameters in custom SQL and we can go for use that.
Oh,
Clear?
Srinivas, can you show again how you got to that window?
This conference will now be recorded.
Sorry, some background sound is there. Just I don't want to be part of the recording. That's why I stopped it. Okay. Yeah. So you can see we have that fields and we are created parameter at data source level. So these parameters very much important. Suppose if you go with any website, so how the parameters actually is. So if you want to take a personal loan calculator, okay, for any one of you, HDFC or go for that. This guy is asking phone number, first page itself. So you can see that this is the options we have it. What is it? Amount you need it per years, interest rate. So these are all the parameters. These three are the parameters. Okay, we are passing value to the calculation. How much interest rate you want it, how much amount you want it. Okay, if you want to go for I want a 5 lakh. So I'm giving the 5 lakhs amount. How many years you want to put it that? 3 years. And how much interest rate you are expecting? 10%. Okay, so calculate that. So minimum 10.5. So make it as 11% interest. Your monthly EMI will be 16,369 per month. Apply for the personal loan. You can see that how this value we can get it. So based on your parameter value, we are passing a value to that. In the background, they have a calculation for it. They have a calculation for it. So for to that particular calculation, we are passing these three values. Got it? So same thing. If you go with more detail level for how this calculation, you can go for search in the Google. What is a personal loan calculator? Create three parameters, which is principal amount, years, interest rate, number of years and interest rate, and try to calculate this value, how we can get it. Okay. So formula for this, you can get it in Google or any YouTube channel, you can get it that, how we can get that value. So try to work on it. Then you can get it what is the importance of the parameters. Now it will go for get the results. Okay, same way, whatever you want to do that, pass a values to that particular number you want to get it, we can use the parameters. Okay, right. So let's go for Tableau. Yeah, we are today we go for see that date functions. Okay, so what are the importance of the date functions? What type of date functions we have it? Okay, we have rich set of functionality with the Tableau. The functions you can see it going for analysis. Okay, and create calculated field. When you go for analysis, create calculated field option is there. So click on that. Either create calculated option we have available from here as well. Create calculated field. Okay, any one option you can go for choose it. Okay, create calculated field. So this is the area we can write it our calculations based on the existing fields. Okay, so from the list of all, you can see that these are the different types of functions we have in the Tableau. So these are all we are going to be using. So few options we already used that using the if condition. So you can see that if statement we already used it. If we have it write a condition, we can go for if. And we already used it. Okay, and case also we have seen that, right? Else is a part of the if. Yeah, else if also we have seen it, right? So in, not, or then, when, Jaden. So anyhow we can go for use it one by one. Okay, So go for date functions. Go for date functions. So what are the different types of date functions? We have it here. Date add function is there. Date difference, date name, date pass, date part, date trunk, day, is quarter, ISO week, ISO weekday, ISO year, max, min, month, now, today, year. These are the main key functions. So even the calculations are go around the date functions only. Everything can rotate around the date functions. Okay. So you need to be very carefully practice this part as well. Okay. So at the same time, we can use the parameters here as well. All right. So what are the functions? See one by one. What is the now function? Can anyone tell me what is the use of the now function?
Current date it will give.
Okay.
In I think I'm not sure, but in day, month, and year format, I don't know timestamp it will give or not, but
Okay.
at least particular day it will give.
Today's day and time.
Yeah. Correct. Now means we
Yes.
can get today date and time as well. What is the current time? We can get the time as well. Okay. Today date and time. Now itself it says that what is the time of that. Now it will get the time as well. Click on now. Drag it into the text. So any date field, it will give that by default year level. You need to go for select the which part you want it. Exact date I want it. Select that exact date. You can see 7/8/2022 9:17.39 seconds. Actually, we need to get it. It's getting PM. Maybe my term is wrong or why it's getting PM.
So exact date will give the complete format. Why, why,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
do we
Maybe
use?
yeah, why it's getting is it's snowflake from the snowflake it's taking that US time. Maybe the server I selected in the different region, right?
Yeah,
Based
yeah.
on that. Okay, got
It's
my point.
right now in California time
Mm,
it's giving.
yeah. Okay. So that's why it is 7/8. Actually, it need to get a 7/9. So suppose if you go with a sample superstore data set, try it. Okay, analysis, create calculated field. Okay, same function. Now for superstores. Okay, check it now. Drag it into the text. Okay, and take it out this one. What is the red mark? I will explain you later. We have the data blending concept. There you can get it. Okay. New super. Drag it here. See that? Go for select the exact date. 7/9/2029 9:49 20 a.m. Right? So why it's getting? It's like based on the database located in cloud. Based on that, we are getting the date. Is it clear? So why we are
Yes.
getting the difference between these two? Yeah. Okay. Based on this data set, what are the snowflake data set we taken? That is in the cloud. So which region it was there, based on that date it's bringing. But here we have superstores in our local mission. Okay. So Indian time zone, we are getting that today date here. Okay. So the now function will get us today date and time. Today date and time. We have one more function. See that today function. Let's try in the both the areas. Go for snowflake one data set. Okay. Analysis, create calculated field. Okay. What is the function name called as today? Okay. Today function will get that. What is the return value? What it
Current
will
date.
return?
Current date
Current date.
only.
Okay. So today function will return the today date. Okay. Current date, system date, whatever it may be. Okay. So let's go for today. Okay, apply. Okay, so drag it into here. Okay, again take it out. 7/9. By default, it will get the time as well. But today date. Okay, again I drag the now. Sorry, today I need to drag it into text. 2022 by default we can get a year level exact date. Go for exact date. What is getting 7/8/2022 from the cloud database. We are connected to the cloud database. This connection is related to the cloud database. Go with the sample superstores. Write one more function. Okay, remove this one. So write one more function. Analysis calculated field. So don't confuse here. Two data sets are there. I'm writing creating fields in the two data set related fields. Okay, so both are different. Today apply. So drag it into the today here. Show exact date 7/9/2022. So here when you go for a custom SQL query, these fields are belongs to this particular data set. Again, sample superstores is selected. These are all fields belongs to this connection. So n number of connection and number of related tables fields should be there. Okay, these are all fields which are related to the snowflake data source connection. EMP number, hire date, job, today date and time, commission. These are all right. When you come to the sample superstores, we can get the sample superstores related data here. Right? Yeah. So this is the way we can get it. Clear what is the today function and what is the now function? So we can go with a sample superstores example. Okay, it will help you more. Okay, analysis, create calculated for it and go for date function next. So the now function will return that today date and time. Today function will return the today date. Okay, and year function. What is the year function? Okay, what is the year function? So how the year function will work? Anyone?
It will bring us the year part, which year we are in.
Yeah, it will return the year part from the particular date or given date. It will return the year part from the given date or whatever the date we have provided there. Yeah. So let's go for year of the particular date. What we can give the date 7/9/2022 2022 slash 07 slash 09. So any date you can give it in that Tableau that should be in between two hash symbols. Okay, can we see that? So year of slash 2022 slash hash 07 slash 09 hash. Okay, the date should be in between two hash symbol. When you give the manually the date you are giving it here. Okay, why when you are giving the date as manual, so you need to mention in between the two hash symbols. Okay, so year of this. So what will be the output here? What it will return?
2022.
2022 is the output. Okay, 2020 is the output. Year can bring that year part from the particular date. So whatever the date you can give it, so the year part will bring that year part from that particular date. This is in the three parts are there in the particular date. What are the three parts? One is the year part, month one and date. Three parts: date, month, year. Right? Are you
Yes.
following
Yes,
me?
yes, yes.
Okay. So if I suppose year of today, year of today, I can write it. What will be the output?
2022.
Same.
2020.
I mean, I don't know, it will give error also because today it's year as some format, no? Year function.
It's correct. We can get the 2022. So actually the today means what? Today is nothing but a today date. Okay.
Today
Today
date.
first inner part of the function today will execute. It will give the today date, right? Then from that particular date we are taking the year part. Okay. Year we can take it as. Clear? So same way we have the one more function analysis, create calculated field, month. Okay, month of today. So what would be the output? What
This
would be
month,
the output? Sorry,
July,
7.
July.
07.
07
07.
number. It will return the number. Okay, July month 07. Okay, same. You can go for apply. Okay, so analysis, create calculated field. We have a function called as day as well. Okay, day of today. What it will return?
9. 9.
Yeah,
9.
either 0. Can get it 9. Today date is 9. So from that it will return the 9. Okay, apply. Okay.
So, Srinivas, just one question. So earlier, when you gave month of year of in hashtag, na? So
Yeah,
the, we need to give in hashtag only, or directly we can write year of 2021 dash 9 dash 31 something like that.
when you give the date as manual, it's like a
Yeah,
manual date you are giving, then you need to mention in between two hash symbols. But here I am
I
not
mean,
giving any manual. It's a directly
no,
today
okay, okay.
function.
I mean, because it's very difficult to remember, right? So many tools we are working on. So can we see the, I mean, in the right hand side of the
Syntax
month
you can
of
get
the
it in the,
month
if you go for here
month?
suppose year of year
Yeah, yeah.
function is, you can see here in the right hand side there is a syntax return the year of the given date as an integer. Example
Okay,
year as
okay.
symbol 2004
Yeah,
slash
yeah.
4 slash.
Because it's very difficult to remember. So many
The
in
syntax
Oracle it is different. Here it's different. Yeah.
for each and every function you can get the syntax here. Okay, how we can write it? Suppose you can go with the month function. Okay, dates month. See that return the month of the given date as an integer. Month hash between two hash you are giving your date.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, it's 4. Same. Okay, now so you can get it quarter. So similarly you can get the quarter as well. Quarter of that. So given date for which quarter following that particular date. The particular date is falling in which quarter? Quarter of that particular date. Okay. Yeah, let me write that one as well. We can go for see that. Apply. Okay. So go for analysis. Create calculated field. Quarter. The quarter function also is there. Quarter right? And today. So which quarter we are following? Just I am giving quarter of today.
Third
Okay.
quarter.
Yeah, manually writing the date is difficult, right? That's why I'm taking it here today. There is no other option. Okay, just manually writing the particular date is difficult. That's why I'm giving today. But you need to be practice that. Okay, apply. Okay. So now we can drag this all. Today we have it anyhow. So go for drag that year. Where is that year? Yeah, drag it year to text. So which year? 2022. And quarter. Drag the quarter as well. Third quarter. Okay, month, drag a month into it, 7th month. Okay, date, drag the day also into it, 9th day. Okay, you can see that. So suppose from your data set you could not find a date field. You could not find a date field. You are getting your data like this. Year field is there, 2022 showing that, and month field is there, which is 07, and day field is there, 9. So combining these three, can we create a date?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can create the date. Okay, from the database, direct date field I was not getting. Okay, they separated it. Year is the one field, and month is one field, day is one field. So for our calculation or for analysis purpose, we need to create a date field. So we can create in Tableau level using these three fields. Make date option is there. Make date. There is a field calculation. There is a function name is called as make date. Analysis. Go for create calculation field. Okay. You can go for type it make date. So make date. What is the order we need to specify it?
Year, month, date.
Year, comma,
Month, date.
month, comma,
Date.
okay. So it will give us a date. Apply. Okay. See, the date field is created. You can so by default it's also getting that year. Just go for can you see both are same 7/9/2022 7/9/2022? Clear that? If you want to separate that year part from the date, yes, we can do that. Month part, day part, quarter part, we can get it separated from the particular date. If we have the data from each and every field, it's like year is one field, month is one field, day is one field. I want to make a date. Yes, you can able to create a date field as well. Okay, you can create a date field as well. Got it? Clear so far? Any questions? This is a very important functions. One function related to another function. When you are going to write a calculation, these functions will be included. Okay, it will play a key role. Okay, each and every function is important. Day function, month function, quarter, year, today, all functions are clear.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So here let's go for analysis, create calculated field and date functions. Okay, so year, week. So if you want to get the week also, which week number we are in, you can see that week of the particular date, return the week of the given date as an integer. So if you give the particular date, so which week number we are following from starting January 1st to 7 days, it is the first week of the year. Like we can have the week numbers for that. So you can use the week function as well. Week function as well. So go for select the week. So today. So we get that which week we are in entire year. What is the week number we are in? 28th week. Okay, 28th week. Clear? Week number 28. So using this, whatever we created this field, using these fields, we can create a calendar as well. We can create a calendar in the Tableau. We can create a calendar in Tableau using these fields. Okay. So how we can create it? How we can create a calendar? Okay. So
Same,
just go
sir.
for
If you don't, I have one question.
yeah.
Yeah, if I have it, like if we go to Superstore, yeah, we have
Okay.
a order date, right? The column name is order date.
Yeah.
So if
Order
I
date is there.
apply, yes. So if I apply the calculation like a day order date, so I will get separate date each and every day, or how it will be?
Yeah. If you go with the order date, okay. good question. Let me show you that how it looks like. Okay, go for here, select the exact date. So make it as discrete value. So what we are getting here, there is the individual orders. What are the orders we are given the particular date? We are getting those dates, right? So on top of it, I am going to analysis, create calculated field. Okay, day of date. Okay, day of order date. Okay, shift language, apply. Okay. Drag it into the next to the order date. So convert into a discrete. So what we are getting here, from the 1/3/2018, 3 is separated. 1/4/2018. What we are getting here is 12. Why we are getting the 12?
Because yeah,
Multiple.
something I also got like this.
Something, take it out. Drag this. Where is this day of order date? Drag into dimensions. Okay, drag it now. Can we see
Okay,
it
now
now?
we are getting correct. Because when I pull from this measure, I think so it is summing some dates in internal.
Yeah, it's aggregating. Data is aggregating. Okay, so you need to drag that into the discrete part. Okay.
Srinivas.
Yeah.
So just one question, just a little outside. So can you go back to that? Yeah, I mean, just know what you showed. I mean, yeah. So how to remove this ABC when there's no measure?
No, actually
ABC.
ABC cannot be remove it. You need to drag the measure, or what we have it. Just we can make it as a format into the everything in white color. We can hide it.
Okay. Okay.
So maybe recently there is any new option in the latest version. Let me check it. I will give you that. Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
sir.
they created a new option. For the earlier versions, is not possible. So what they will do is they can go for make it as the entire thing in the white background and white text.
White color, and then reduce the
They
size
can,
of the column, na?
yeah, they can get hided. Okay. Maybe in the latest version, they have created any new feature scheme. I need to check it. I will check it and let you. Okay. Yeah, fine. So if we want it, select the sales, automatically it's replaced with the sales values. But if we don't have a measure, it will show ABC. Okay. Yeah. Good question. Right. So clear that how we can go for get the dates. So analysis, create calculated field. Okay. And even same year of order date. Year of order date. Same thing we need it. Okay. Try to go for drag the order date into here. So year of shift order. Year of order date. Apply. Okay. Drag it is similar with the same. Drag it out into here. So which year belongs to, that year we can get it here. 2018, 2018, 2018, 2018. All we are getting all the years. Year is 2019. Okay. This is the way we can get that year part. Okay. Yeah. So try to practice that for today. So remaining 20 minutes or 30 minutes session, we can go for see the snowflake concepts. Okay. Tomorrow, Monday, we can see that remaining date functions, how we can go for work on. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, just I'm logging with my username and password. So I shown you that in another video how to go for get the free account, Snowflake free account, right? Just try to go with that video and try to create your Snowflake account. So yeah, by default we can go for some advanced sheet level. This is the by default we are getting. So let's go with a classic console where we can go for sheets and write some SQL queries and all. Just click on classic console. Okay. So again forward that. Password. So this is the place where we can go for write whatever the queries and all things. Okay. So let's see. So once getting log into that Snowflake. So what is all the options? So mainly first option is worksheet. What is the new worksheet is where you can write a SQL queries. Where you can write a SQL queries, that's called as a new worksheet. So you can go for create a number of query worksheets here. Okay, click on new worksheet. You can write your query in this window. Okay, you can write your query in this window. Right. Next. So if you want to create database, if you want to create a schema, if you want to create a table, everything the related queries you can write it here. Okay, you can write it queries here. That is called a worksheet. Okay. Next, once I logged into it, okay, once you logged into it, so first step, what we need to do? What we need to do? So you can check that what is a database, what is a schema, and what is a compute warehouse, and what is the account admin. So this is a user role, okay, account admin. The role of user which is account admin, okay, account admin role. Okay, so if you go for do your creation of table or whatever things you did it with your account admin, it's like a very secure, you cannot share with anybody. Okay, it's very secure, high level administration, account admin is that. Okay, so you want to
Uh,
go
uh,
for, yeah,
Srinivas,
go.
just a question. So,
Yeah.
role account admin can be given only to one person or one user?
So the account admin role, generally when you go for real-time work, they don't give these roles, already system defined roles. They can create separate roles and give it to the developers. Okay,
Okay,
my point.
okay.
So for the developers or user, they
So,
don't give that.
admin. So, I mean, account admin may be somebody else. I mean, like, right? I mean, somewhere in
So
the.
I am
I mean,
on this user for this particular login. This is personal. It's my personal data. I cannot share it anybody. Anybody cannot change anything in my uh, thing. Okay, whatever the work I
okay,
do. That's why it's very secure and high level. Okay,
okay,
so that's why the people don't give it account admin role for everybody. So someone in the organization they can have it because they need to, they can go for save their data, right? So but when you go for real time, they can give it, create a separate user credentials and they provide it to us. Okay,
okay,
yeah. So go for that, check that account admin role. But for my purpose, I can go for change my role at any time. Go for change my account admin role to. So there is a different roles. By default is account admin role. So org admin role, public security admin role, system admin, user admin. We have the different types of roles. In detail, we can go for later. So by default, we have the account admin role. Just select that sysadmin role for time being. Okay. Okay, I selected admin role as sysadmin. From this drop down, switch roles. There is an option called switch roles. So go for this is by default is account admin role can be provided by the Snowflake. So you can switch it to the sysadmin. Okay, you can switch it to the sysadmin. So in detail, what is this admin roles and all things we discuss in the separate session. Okay, next. So now you are in the sysadmin. Next, what is the default warehouse? Compute.wh is a warehouse by default. Okay, and what is the select database and what is the schema we have it? Select database. Which database you want to go for?
PHU.
Right, create table. So go for select the database as BHU. I want to go for or you want to create a separate database as we can do that. Okay, and schema as well. You can select it. Which schema you want to go for do that. Okay, I will create separate database now. Okay, nothing to worry. The data warehouse which you are using is which is already existed compute underscore wh, or we want to create the separate data warehouse also, we do that. Okay, let's go for do that one by one. First I can create a data warehouse, separate data warehouse. Okay, how we can create it? Warehouse option is there, right? Okay, you have the warehouse option. Go for create warehouse. Okay, what is your warehouse name? My warehouse name I'm giving Tableau 1. Okay, and go for select that what is the warehouse size you want it. I want to go for the first option, X small. So in detail I will tell you what is this, all the options we have it, so how we are going to be use them, what is the purpose of them. Okay, so I'm giving one sizes X small, one credit hour. Okay, maximum clusters and minimum cluster. Minimum cluster I'm giving one, maximum cluster is two. Okay, so by default all the default values I put it as same. Go for click on finish. So for creating this data warehouse, can we write a query? Creating this data warehouse, can we write a query and create the data warehouse? Yes or no?
No, here no.
Yes.
Yes, we can
We are
do that.
doing manually
You,
by selecting option.
you can see that show SQL here. You can
Oh,
see that SQL. So you can go for it. You can have the SQL for it. It will generate the SQL as well. Or manually you can write the same SQL as well. Okay, manually you can write the same SQL as well. So for timing, I am creating from here itself finish. Okay, so the warehouse is we see that here status of that my warehouse is started. Remaining other warehouses you can see that those are suspended. Those are all suspended. One active is there that started. One active cluster is active now. Okay, if you run any query, it will take it and it will execute that. Okay, so this is the started which we created just now. Remaining all, so far we haven't run any query today. That's why remaining all data warehouse are in suspended mode. Okay, those are not in active. Right, so we created one data warehouse. Okay, so here we have some grant privileges. Let's see that privileges, modifier, monitor, leave it time being, don't worry about that. Okay, next we created warehouse. Go for database. Warehouse is created. So I want to create a database. I want to create a database. Same option you have it, create database, database name. So what the database name can give you? Sample superstores. Okay, sample superstores I give it. Same you can see show SQL. You can create your database using SQL as well. Create database, database name. Simple SQL, create database, database name, semicolon, you can create your database. Okay, let's go for create database using the SQL. Okay, I can go for worksheet level. So you need to check that you connected with which data warehouse. Go for here. From the drop down, select is my data warehouses tab. Okay, so I want to create a database using this warehouse. Go for here, create database. What is the database name? Super stores. Okay, I'm creating a database. Create database name. Run it. Database superstores fully created.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Same.
So here, I have
Create.
one question. Which SQL they
Yeah.
use? MS SQL only, right?
No, it's not MS SQL. It's not Oracle SQL. It's not. It's like SQL Server. Separate SQL is there for Snowflake. Snowflake they
Okay.
have the separate SQL, but all are similar only. Okay, there is no much difference. Okay, all are similar only.
Okay.
Right? The functions may be different. Okay, create schema. Schema also you can create it. Create schema. Schema name stores. I can give it stores. Right? Go for create schema. Schema name. Run it. Schema also created. Now you can see that my warehouse is Tableau _1. My database is superstores. My schema is stores. Right? You can see. Can we see that list here? Can you see here the database and all thing? Not yet. So how I can get it? Refresh it. Refresh now. The last refresh is 1017. Try to go for refresh it here. Can we see it now? Just try to refresh the sheet.
Yes, it is there, superstores.
Yeah, you can see the database, right? When you go for click on the database, okay, so you can see the store schema. You can see the store schema.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So by default, you can get two more schemas here. When you go for create a supersource database, any database you can create it. By default, two schemas we can get it. One is a public schema, another one is information schema. These two schemas we can get it for Snowflake. Snowflake we create a default two schemas. One is a public and another one is a information schema. Any database you can go for it. These two will be there. Information schema, public schema. Okay, any database you can go for it. Public information schema. By default, it will create the two schemas, public schema and information schema. Okay, what is a public schema is, if you don't create any schema personally, you don't create any schema, what are the table you can create in this database? Those can be loaded into the public schema. The tables you created in that particular database, specifying that any schema, not specifying that any schema, that tables can be loaded into the public schema. Table related all information can be stored into the information schema. All the objects related information can be stored into the information schema. That is the use of these two schemas. Okay, public schema is by default. If you don't specify any schema name, if you don't create it stores, okay, directly you go for created the database and you are going to be created table. So where that table going to sitting is, that go for sit in the public schema. Is it clear? That
Okay.
go for sit in the public schema. Okay, now let's go for create. So now which one we are using? See that when I click on public, here I'm getting public schema. When I click on some one, sorry, not here, go for the database superstores stores. So you can go for select it from here. What is the schema? Stores. I want to store the data in the stores. Okay. Now I want to create a table. Create table. Table name is sample 123. So same syntax in a traditional way. Who know the SQL server, it would be similar, and maybe in MySQL also it will be similar. Okay. Create table name, and what are the fields you want? EMP number, comma, ename, comma, salary, comma, DEPT. These fields I want it. Okay. So go for EMP number. These four fields I am creating it. So what is the data type of it? You need to mention the data type. So it will support integer number. So go with the integer. So ename, where we have the text string type, we can give it varchar. Okay, salary is number, and department also integer. Clear this? So for the text, you need to mention that how many characters you are inserting. Make it as 40. Clear so far? How we can write a create statement? Create table name. Create table name. Go for here. Click on run. Table sample 123 successfully created. Table 123 successfully created. So where it loaded? Try to check that where this table is available. Which database we can get this table? See, so for stores, no table or view in this schema. No table or view in this schema. Right mouse on the database. Is there any refresh option? No refresh. Try to refresh it here itself. Can we see it now? Sample 123 table is there. So there itself you can find that table sample 123 created on particular date and owner is account admin, row 0, size is 0.0. Okay, clear this? So far what we discuss is how we can create the database, how we can create the schema, and how we can create a table as well. So how we can insert the data into the table. So insert statement we can use it. Insert into sample table name sample 123. Okay, what kind of data I want to be inserted? EMP number, comma, ename, comma, sal, comma, DEPT. Okay, so we can write it values. Okay, we can write it values. So employee number 1, employee name you can give it single quotations where we have the string, comma, salary, how much you want to mention that, and department is 10. And department is 10. Okay, so same thing you can go for copy this values here. Number of records you want to be inserted, put it over here. Make it as 2. And 1 0. Okay, 2 records and insert. Right, insert into table name. So this is the syntax. So for SQL there is a structure. SQL is nothing but structured query language. So there will be a syntax. We need to follow the same syntax and load the data or create the data, everything. Okay, just run it. Query is executing. Syntax taking some. Still it is running. Why this much of time? Maybe network issue. Resume warehouse. Resuming warehouse. Warehouse is suspended. Just it's resuming. Tableau. See that? Yeah, executed. One row is inserted. Two rows. Let's see that. So how I can see the data in that? How I can see the data in that? Select start from. Select start from. Stamp 1, 2, 3. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Can you see that? Select start from Sam 1, 2, 3. So can I run this? Are you getting the records? Guys, can you hear me? You are not responding anymore.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we can hear you.
Okay, so this is the way we can retrieve the data from the table. We can retrieve the data from the table. Select statement.
Okay.
Okay, so what I given you, I already shared you the data in the group. What is the query for EMP table creation, DEPT table creation? Okay, so and insert statements, and there is a small changes you need to do with that. Whereas you have that varchar 2, you need to make it as a varchar. Okay, that is the Oracle queries. So just you need to be change it. Whereas we have the varchar, make it as varchar to varchar only. Varchar, not varchar to only varchar. Okay, then try to execute that. So it's a very advanced tool. So it will help you in future. Okay, if you go for, I can give you detailed information about the snowflake. Okay, nothing to worry. So even a direct snowflake also you can get the job. So try to digest this part. It's a new tool, right? So what is a database? And even you don't require to install any database server or anything. Just web interface we have it. Try to go for practice your queries. I will share you the queries as well, almost around 120 queries or 130 queries. If you practice them, that will be, you will become an expert in the SQL as well. Okay, so the more detail we can see in the Monday. Okay, try to go for see the what is a new worksheet, how we can create a database, and how we can create a data set schema, and how we can create a tables, and how we can insert the data into that. Clear? So try to work on this. So we can wind up the session here. So let's see in next session. Happy weekend, everybody.
Yeah, happy weekend. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
thank you guys. Bye.
Yes.